very special treat for you all. A radio legend, someone who I hope to aspire of being half of what he was in his radio career. A great American, a Marine, a Frederictonian that we all love, Mr. Tommy Grunwald. Tommy, come forward, please.
Thank you, Blaine. Welcome, everyone. I know, as well as you all, that this day was a tragedy and it affected Frederick County, one of our own citizens who died in New York. And we think of that family as all you do. I think back to my family starting in the Revolutionary War to start defending this country, right down to the present. I have a son-in-law who's a Navy pilot that's in Afghanistan right now on his second tour. My youngest son is just relieved of command. He's getting ready to go to the War College, so he has been his recent job was the executive assistant, deputy executive assistant to the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral McCulloch. And his wife is also a Navy officer, and she's teaching at the Naval Academy. They're both going to the War College next. So, our family can say we've been defending liberty in this country from the Revolutionary War to the present day. Sean, my youngest son, has done 4 tours in Iraq. His wife has done 2. And we have Bravo Company, the Marines from Frederick, that are in Camp Pendleton right now, training, and they get ready to leave next month for Afghanistan to replace the Marine detachment there. That's what we have, and I'm glad to see so many of you out here in the rain. We were in Vietnam, and they didn't stop fighting because of the monsoon. That's right. So this is nothing. And obviously with 120-degree heat in Iraq and Afghanistan, the Marines are going through over there with 80 pounds of gear on their backs. They're not quitting either. So we need to keep that in mind. While they're over there under some pretty adverse conditions, a little bit of rain shouldn't stop us from keeping the fight. While we're standing in the rain, Congress is sitting inside, out of the rain, and that's dangerous. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. After 17, I have to tell you one thing. A lot of people, I came to Frederick in 1967 when Jim Gibbons bought WFMD and WFRE and brought me up out of Florida. I came screaming and fighting, but I got here and had a 33-year career, and I appreciate all the people who listened to me to make it a popular one. And when I was here about a month, Suzanne Twitty worked in the Frederick City Courthouse, or down to the city courthouse then, when it was now the city office. She said, "Did you know you had a family that came here in 1762? I said, "Well, I knew they were around Washington and Northern Virginia and all that." Well, I went down and she had this huge book, and she pulled open these pages, and there, in September of 1862, I said 1862, Charles Grunwell, who had a farm, apparently my cousin went and did the research, had a farm down in Poplar Springs near Mount Airy. And he registered in the Frederick County Courthouse as an American citizen so he could fight in the Civil War. And a month later, his son came up and also registered in October of 1862. So we've been around longer than I thought we had. But it's a wonderful, wonderful city and county, and I'm so happy to share this day with so many good, honest American citizens. God bless America.
Thank you. Blaine, where's my teleprompter at?
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we have to wing it. Hello, comrades. They call me the Woodchuck. Welcome to the soon-to-be Socialist Democratic Republic of the United States of America. I want to thank WFMD Radio, Doug Hilliard, Frank Mitchell, and Blaine especially for promoting this event. Blaine, without you and your charismatic personality, the success of these local tea parties would not have happened. You alone have galvanized the masses of frustrated, unrepresented patriots within the broadcast signal of WFMD's Blaine Young Show. The proof of that statement stands in front of you in the rain, waving the stars and stripes. Hundreds of people desperate and separate voices stand shoulder to shoulder as one. Thank you, Blaine, and I love you, brother. All right. Right-wing domestic terrorists. That's what I'm looking at. Well, that's what the liberal power base of the United States Congress has labeled you. Why? Because you won't drink their Kool-Aid anymore. You've been holding your nose and choking down their Kool-Aid for too many years. Could it be that the universal health care straw finally broke that camel's back? And you're here as one voice to send a message to the federal government that we surround you and we're here to take back what is constitutionally ours. I'm here today for one purpose, to use my First Amendment right to express my opinion. Thank you, Walter Mills. Our form of government has often been compared to a three-legged milking stool, with each leg representing one of the three branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. This is called the checks and balance system, designed to keep one branch of our government from abusing its power. And it works great until the political party controls all three branches. And in my opinion, that's the road we're headed down right now. Today, the executive and legislative branches are controlled by one party, and they think that they have an unchecked mandate and have used their majority to give us government-controlled mortgage industry. They bought out General Motors, the auto manufacturer, cash for clunkers, and all the while using borrowed money from the communist Red Chinese. The only reason they haven't moved ahead on the government-run health care is because they want the Republicans to share in the blame come Election Day. That is the Democratic definition of bipartisanship. Because we all know they have the votes to pass any legislation they want to without one single Republican vote. Right, Roscoe? Right. Do it. Health care bill that reeks of socialism. No. Through your nation, this is not my issue. What I'm trying to walk the walk. Close that shameful torture camp known as Guantanamo Bay. Bring our troops home from Iraq. Stop increasing troop strength in Afghanistan and bring them back home. Oh, and by the way, where the hell's Osama bin Laden? Carpenters, small business owners, builders, plumbers, electric, that your service is safe for public consumption, are above proving their competence.
Give me about 45 seconds. I'm Herb Bricken. I'm a veteran of the Second World War and co-leader. I read Obama's speech, and I just want to read you one paragraph, which is an insult to our intelligence as well. You put that thing down, can you read it? It says, this plan will not add to our deficit. Let me get to the punchline, will you? The middle class will realize greater security. Don't cheer until you hear the end of this thing. Or you won't cheer, you'll probably vote. No higher taxes, and if we're able to slow, here it comes, and if we're able to slow the growth of healthcare costs by just 0.1% each year, it will actually reduce the deficit by $4 trillion over the long term. Now, if that ain't the best joke I ever heard in my life, the only point is just don't die laughing. That's all I got to say. God bless you.